Saturday. It's not Friday, so it's not Fundum Friday. I'm in the office rebuilding Archie, Archimedes, my AI robot elf, from scratch. And as such, I decided to do this video today because there's a cool event going on that I wanted to share with you as well. That's KiCon, and we'll get to that in a minute. It's all about KiCad and PCB art and stuff. So, first up, we're going to talk about some sweet crowdfunding campaigns. Today's are all in the vein of sort of gaming and music technology, so we've got some cool stuff, as well as not just links to the crowdfunding campaigns, but other stuff that you can build yourself. So first up we have Feel Real, the world's first multi-sensory VR mask. This is so great. You put your phone in it, and you do all the VR stuff, and you look like a stormtrooper. And it blasts smells in your face, as well as like fake wind and water mists for like, I guess, surfing, or like if you're going through clouds or something, or it's raining. You can put heat on your face, and vibrations. Like, I understand, like, I get nervous just having haptic feedback in my hands in a controller in a rumble pack, but having a rumble pack on my face sounds like just the most disturbing experience ever. But, I mean, clearly this is very compelling because it's like not 10 times funded, it's like 6 times funded, which is still ridiculous. 600% funded. By 501 backers, you could be number 502. That's not a very special number, but you could. So you can get it for about $200. There's 100 left at that level. And these smells that they have chosen are very interesting to me. So, you know, you can do the straight up regular mask, and then you can snap on this thingamajig that does the smells and whatnot. Micro coolers and micro heaters and haptic dual force feedback haptic motors on your face. I guess, yeah, it's just really realistic fishing you can do, and it kind of looks like you're fishing to catch a gamer here. It's funny. But they list the smells that they have. You've got perfume, barbecue, burning rubber, burning wood, tiramisu, rose, espresso, gunpowder, forest, and patchouli. And I really want to see the game that brings all of these together in one. That would be just so marvelous. Yeah. You're really immersed in Skyrim. We have like fire and fire smell and heat and mist and cooling at the same time. Like, whoa. Anyway, great. Next up, we have the Sinden light gun, an LCD-compatible light gun technology. So, if you're familiar with the Nintendo Zapper, it was this gun that you could play duck hunt with without actually shooting your television. It was this interesting, like, light gun is kind of a misleading term for that, because it was actually a sensor. It did not shoot light, it received light from your CRT cathode ray tube television. And so you could cheat it by, like, for a while, by shooting like a light bulb instead of at the screen, and it would always think you would hit the duck or whatever. But they now have this, like, LCD compatible one, which is kind of sweet. How much is this? It is you can get 80 for 80 pounds. You can get it about $103. Ships in what, October, supposedly, and they are also way overfunded, which is ridiculous, like 5 times funded. This is not a completely new concept. So there was a project that came out in 2016 that also let you do this. Of course, you had to build it yourself, but if you're watching this channel, you're probably interested in that anyway. It's on GitHub, and it's linked from our blog, blog.hackster.io, where you can find all kinds of cool stuff all the time. And yeah, so if you're curious, this uses a Wiimote, and it also shows how 8-bit light gun games work. A really great little explanation of that. And also, if you're curious about the Zapper itself, I did a whole teardown of one in the process of making my TV gun, which was a TV Gone, like, turn all the universal off remote for TVs, and like mashed up inside of a Nintendo Zapper. And so we go through like what all the parts are. Next up, we have 3 MIDI devices in a row, or at least synthesizer devices. So first we've got the world's first Eurorack light synthesizer. So if you're not familiar, Eurorack is a type of modular synthesizer, and they're all sort of compatible with each other. And if you're a huge music nerd, you probably nerd out about all these beautiful, beautiful PCBs and designs that they have of these things. They're just, the design is fantastic, and this is one example of that. But instead of controlling music, you're hooking it into the same rig, and it's compatible with your music controls, but instead of modulating the music, you're modulating the light effect, which is kind of sweet. So you could have a light show to go along with your MIDI noises, which I really love. You can get this for... Here we go, $250 for just the Lightstorm module, which does not come with LEDs. You have to supply those yourself unless you get one of the other packages that has everything to get together. Estimated delivery in May. They're definitely pushing it. They have 3 hours to go. So if you want this, you've got 3 hours to jump on it, so go. It's called Lightstorm. Then we have the digital polysynth, Buzzy. This one has 17 days to go, 16 voice, 4-part digital USB and MIDI module with 4 synthesis engines and quality built-in effects, so you can make 4 whole things at a time, which is great. Change the variation, attack, pan, and depth, echo, delay, etc. Again, kind of adorable design, actually. I'm not sure what's going on with that bee's knees. I guess maybe that is the way they bend. Oh, it's super weird. Anyway, go check that out if you're into the whole synth life. There's always a million sort of synthesizer modules on Kickstarter. Here's another one, Waveplane Oscillator Module for Euro or MU modular synths. So this is not, as far as I can tell, it's not a music controller, but it's just like a pretty visualizer. Wait, maybe it is an oscillator, so it... Yeah, okay. So it does synthesize sound. It allows 6 dimensions of movement for the output wave being generated, giving unprecedented amount of motion in a wavetable oscillator. It's designed to fit in your modular synthesizer, either in Eurorack format or MU format. Fantastic! You can get a prototype PCB for £15, but the actual module itself will run you £375, which is roughly $500. It's an expensive hobby. There's reasons that I only admire these things from afar. But if you're curious about all this, one of my favorite tutorials on Hackster, also from 2016, is the Ardunori RC. I just think it's, speaking of style, right? If you're into this kind of stuff, you'll notice that all the PCBs and things have a very distinctive style, and it's just wonderful. And this one in particular has a video. Wait, where did it go? Oh no! Oh no, this is it. Okay, cool. This person, in making this tutorial, made a really gorgeous video in which they clearly recorded it under UV light with highlighter lines on their fingers, and it looks really cool. And their voice of the narrator is just incredibly soothing, and I would watch this. I would totally just sit down and watch this as an entertainment thing, even if I weren't interested in building it. So that comes highly recommended. This is the Ardunori, an Arduino-based Tenori-on remote controller for the Yamaha Tenori-on. That's all of our crowdfunding and projects for right now, but what also happens to be going on this weekend is KiCon in Chicago, the KiCad convention. It's the first one ever, I think. The first and the largest gathering of hardware developers using KiCad. I think this is also its first year, but I could be wrong. Manufacturing, software, and design, all kinds of cool stuff going on. If you were not there like me, then you can follow along on Twitter with the hashtag KiCon. For example, our friend Morgan, who does all kinds of cool stuff, including sweet PCB art, has created this amazing little coffin-shaped PCB with like purple light inside. It's so cool. Definitely follow this. There's all kinds of cool stuff in these threads. Very exciting. Also, I'm hoping to complete a project this weekend, maybe, in KiCad, which would be very timely. But you can also do this. This person is not there, but is still adding NFC capability to their KiCad-based business card project. If you want to jump in on the fun, you can check out SparkFun's Beginner's Guide to KiCad, or Chris Gamble, one of the organizers of the conference, created this Getting to Blinky series and has overhauled it a couple of times to make sure that it is just the most fantastic and smooth and useful that it can be. You can check out Getting to Blinky, and that should get you there. But if you really need to, you can look for Contextual Electronics or Chris Gamble and just go through the whole series here. It's also really nicely designed. We also have a PCB art workshop with Andrew Soa that we did on our channel a while ago. Love this tutorial. It's about 45 minutes, and he goes through the whole process of taking a photo or other piece of art and turning it into a PCB artwork using KiCad. It's super cool. So you can add text, you can do all kinds of stuff, and then, yeah. And finally, if you're especially excited about this was done in collaboration with Autodesk, but it's all about PCB art. And we just wrapped up our Badge Love contest with Autodesk in Osh Park. So you can check out the winners from there. There's all kinds of cool stuff that people built. Look at this little Pikachu. And where's the bug one? Can't find it right now. But, oh, here we go. It was in the back. Yeah. So the Bugsy is going to be at a few different events coming up, and including DEF CON in China, I think. There's like a China DEF CON coming up where you can learn to solder the Bugsy, which is one of the badges of hope, and all these other really cool ones. Haha, check them out. Cub Scouts. One that's in like an e-paper thing but also has a fabric enclosure. Another beautiful little bug one, although it doesn't have quite as much 3D flair. Yeah, all kinds of cool things, and then some cool add-ons as well. Love it! I could stare at this page forever, because not everyone knows that you can add GIFs as your project thumbnail, and you totally can, and a lot of people took advantage of that in this contest, so I love it. As always, check out the links to all of these pages in the description of this video. They're listed in order of appearance, and let's see if anyone's added any contests. It's late. Hi world, hi Hackster, hi Martin. A lot of backers. Yeah, the Smellotron. It should just be called the Smellotron, honestly. Need a cyberspace connection directly to the retina or brain like in Saturn City, that'd be nice. Oh man. The only way that I can keep myself from being on Twitter 24/7 is by leaving my phone somewhere, so I really don't need that, which is unfortunate. But, you know, it'd be fun. Alright, have an awesome rest of your weekend. Follow KiCon for all this cool stuff that's going on. It's just the hashtag KiCon, K-I-C-O-N. And I'm sure that they've got stuff all over the place, all kinds of cool stuff coming out. They're doing talks. You can follow people who are doing PCB art if you find them through the hashtag, and continue on your PCB art journey. Yeah, good luck with that 3-hour one if you decided to go for it. Jump on it. Anyway, yeah, we'll see you Monday, and have an awesome rest of your weekend. Ciao!